All right, welcome. Today we're digging into something pretty fascinating, an ancient secret to building modern wealth. I mean, what if the real key to handling today's insane markets wasn't some newfangled algorithm, but a philosophy that's over 2,000 years old? Let's get into how Stoicism can help you build what you might call an indestructible financial fortress. First up, let's talk about the market roller coaster. You know that feeling, right? That stomach-dropping, heart-pounding sensation that anyone with a retirement account or any investment knows all too well. It's the sheer chaos of watching your hard-earned money bounce around day after day. I mean, let's just ask this question right out of the gate. Are you just tired of it? Tired of the market's constant ups and downs messing with your peace of mind? It's a real thing, isn't it? That feeling when a little red arrow on a screen can totally dictate your mood for the rest of the day. It is absolutely exhausting. And that's because it's not really about the numbers on the screen. It's the daily stress, that constant low-level hum of anxiety that comes with living in such an unpredictable world. It's worrying that some decision made by people you'll never ever meet, thousands of miles away, could just completely derail the plans you've so carefully made for your future. But what if the solution isn't about getting better at predicting the unpredictable? What if the key is something else entirely? Something ancient and, yeah, kinda surprising. And this is the core idea we're gonna unpack. This idea that the key to navigating today's super high-tech, lightning-fast markets could actually be found in texts that were written on scrolls back when the Roman Empire was at its peak. I know it sounds like a total paradox, but just stick with me here. And just look at the scale of this timeline for a second. It's kind of mind-blowing. On one end, you have a Roman emperor, jotting down his private thoughts about virtue and self-control. And on the other end, you have us, right now, frantically checking our portfolios on a supercomputer that we carry around in our pockets. So what on earth could possibly connect these two completely different worlds? Well, the connection, it turns out, isn't really about finance at all. It's about psychology. Stoicism's big argument is that while you can't control external events, like, say, the stock market, you have absolute 100% control over your response to them. And that right there is where the real power is. Okay, so what does this actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Well, that brings us to the Stoic investor's mindset. This is where we see how mastering your inner world can have a direct, massive impact on your outer wealth. This slide just lays it out perfectly. The reactive investor, they are strapped into the market's roller coaster, and their emotions are just swinging wildly with every single headline. They're driven by fear, by greed, by FOMO. But the Stoic investor, they've gotten off the ride entirely. They operate from this calm center, driven by their own principles and a long-term strategy, focusing only on their own actions and reactions, because those are the only things they can actually control. Okay. That all sounds great in theory, but how do you, actually do it? How do you build this mindset? How do you construct this internal defense system? Well, that brings us to building your fortress. And I love this metaphor, the financial fortress. Think about it for a second. It's not a flashy speedboat chasing every new trend. No, it's a solid, heavy-duty structure that's built to withstand any storm that comes its way. It's designed for security and, just as important, for peace of mind. So the framework is really the crucial point, and it happens in this order. You have to start by mastering your inner world. For instance, the Stoics had this practice. It sounds kind of grim, called premeditatio malorum. It literally means the premeditation of evils. But it's not about being a pessimist. It's about mentally walking through the worst-case scenario. Imagine a huge market crash. What would you actually do? By facing that possibility calmly in your mind first, you kind of strip away its emotional power. It lets you make a rational plan instead of just having a panicked reaction. See? Once you have that inner stability, then you can navigate all the outside chaos from a position of strength. And that is the only real path to lasting prosperity. And it all boils down to this one core concept, mental fortitude. It's not about being emotionless. Not at all. It's about not being controlled by your emotions. It's the skill of staying rational and focused when it feels like everyone else is running around with their hair on fire. And in the world of investing, let me tell you, that is the ultimate competitive edge. Which leads us to our final and honestly most important idea, reclaiming financial control. This is the call to action. This is the ultimate takeaway, right here. You have to stop letting market fear call the shots. The market is always going to be a wild ride.
Fear is a natural human response, but you do not have to let it make your financial decisions for you. You can take back that control. So let's just do a quick recap of what we've unlocked here. We've seen this really powerful, kind of unexpected link between an ancient philosophy and modern wealth. We've talked about how building up your mental fortitude is the real key to navigating all this chaos. And most importantly, we've laid out a path toward making smarter, sounder decisions that lead to truly lasting prosperity. And so we'll leave you with this final thought. Market volatility? That's a given. It's a constant. The only true variable in the entire equation is you. So the question isn't what's the market going to do next? The real question is, what are you going to do?